What's poppin'? What it do, man? It's your boy LK Bet, aka K Trades. I'm back, man. I know it feels like it's been a long weekend. It has been because Thursday was the last. It was basically a Friday, right? We had Thursday and then all the weekend, whole weekend. And I would have made the video, but I like to wait till Sunday night so we can get a little, little pre-market action, see where everything's going. So let's see, man. We gonna dump this week, or we gonna what? We gonna do? We gonna go to all-time highs, or what I'm saying? What's going on, man? So let's get into it. So right now, as of now. The SPY, it is currently 11, almost midnight, right? The SPY is sitting at 743.62, so a significant gap down. So roughly right here, right? So just zooming out, right? Taking a little broader picture. We're still above, some key levels, right? We're still above that 741, 742-ish level, right? So again, we're inside this bigger channel, so that's one thing I'm scared of, right? Is this whole bearish channel, right? Because as of now, like I said, we have a high, a low, and then if this is a high, then we might be setting a lower low. So what I'm gonna be watching for basically is just see if we actually do dump from here, or are we gonna actually finally go, right? Because we are kind of in that very tight wedge as well, right? Look at the hourly, even on the daily, like we're kind of just wedging as of now, right? And so, but remember, you got to remember with these wedges, a lot of times the first move might be the fake move. So if we do pop tomorrow, right, let's say we clear 748, we start to pop, we have to still clear this before we're just like, bulls are good, bulls are green, right? If we don't just clear this all the way first, like I said, it just might be setting up for a lower high, and it might be a trap, and then you get a crazy dump, So if it dumps first, I'm still going to be a little hesitant because we are above 742 in the 738 zone. But any kind of recovery back over, let's just say Thursday's high, right? Any kind of recovery back over Thursday's high, right? Really the same range, 748 to 749.50, right? So if we get back above that, we should, on a broader outlook, we should continue, right, to recover. But we've been having a lot of traps lately, a lot of wicks, all that good stuff. So remember, I always want to zoom out, play the higher time frames, especially in this kind of environment, right? Remember Thursday, I was like, hey, might not be the best day to trade, right? Just because it's you get caught in these traps and it just kind of, ain't really much to do. But so we're still inside this wedge, so we'll see how this plays out. VIX did kind of go down on Thursday as well, so it's another good sign for the bulls. Dollar still kind of, dollar's kind of popping, so that is something to be aware of. We already had this little flag playing out, and it's already seemed to play out over the weekend. So we shall see, man. We shall see if if Trump has anything to say, right? If there's any major news, MU earnings, right? We'll see what that has to do with anything. And let's look at the weekly real quick. Yeah, we're just ranging. We're just ranging. There's not really much going on. If we do obviously break key levels, then of course we'll continue to push up, right? Because we do, as of now, kind of have this little zone in between here, right? So if we do break this, this week, because we did kind of close. Like I said, we closed pretty good. Nothing in the world, 747. It looked better like right before it closed, and then like as it closed, it did do a little number. But it looked decent, right? But still nothing just concrete yet, right? It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in the same range, right? So remember, consolidation does lead to expansion. So whether it be expansion to the upside or expansion to the downside, we don't really know yet. So yeah, man, just more patience. Honestly, look, yeah, we're just doing that range. Remember what we talked about as far as ranges on the small time frame? It's doing this on the bigger time frame. So if we can finally clear this range, we'll finally have a better answer. All right. So in between 752 and 731, it's still just a very, very tight range. It's not tight enough to where we can't trade it. Obviously, we can trade, swing trade especially. But just be careful, right? Because we are inside this. So if we do break down, this could have just been the retest we talked about, right? Breakdown, retest. We still would have to clear that low, right? We still have to clear this 740, 741. But if we do, that opens up to, possibly another bottom, or even, a sweep of the low, even if it does want to come down here, right? Because remember, even let's say we want to go up for the next 6 months, whatever. Maybe it just needs a little bit more time before we pull back, right? We don't know these things, so we're going to have to watch and kind of see. Because last week didn't really give us many answers, right? Didn't really give us much. So yeah, it's gonna be a quick little simple video. Let's go over NVDA, right? If NVDA does good, then possibly, it might be another good reason for a SPY to kind of pick back up. Let's see what NVIDIA's at right now. NVDA. NVIDIA's at 209.02. So roughly right here, right? Still kind of in this range, right? We had the trap up here. huge crazy break, and then the retest failed, right? Huge crazy break, retest failed. So, the best bet is if we do break this, right, hopefully you do get a pump, and you might have to just get out just in case it does another retest fails and rolls. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Remember, I said I'm still not really too keen on NVIDIA just yet, right? I need 212, 215. I feel a lot better, and then especially I feel way better up at 220, right? And possibly go ahead and start to play out. Honestly, let's move this up now that we have multiple taps. Let's move this bad boy up a little bit. There we go. Right? Broadens it, makes it a little easier to see. All right. So yeah, I mean the video looks pretty good as well. As long as we continue to hold, right? As long as we don't just lose that 200. That was not a good look. 200 to 210. If we can get out of this, right? Just get out. Could be able to just get a very nice pop. Especially because we are, kind of at that original all-time high, the first one back in October. That's kind of where we are now. So could just be a test, could be a retest, could be getting ready to dump. We'll have to wait and see, right? Everybody sees different things. You got a inverse head and shoulder here. You got a head and shoulder here. So, only time will tell. Obviously, patience pays. We got to wait for these things. Let's see. I know y'all love it. Tesla's been weird. I ain't gonna lie. Has to be expected though. We always talk about this. Tesla's weird. Like it's in this range, and then it seemed like it was gonna fake out, and then it was like no, and then it wasn't. Yeah. So, but Tesla does this, right? If it's not just flying or it's just dumping, Tesla's been doing this for a long time, right? And I've been trading Tesla for a long time. It was my favorite ticker at one point, as you can see back here when I was still putting a million lines everywhere, right? I thought I was doing something too. I'm like, I got a line for this, But yeah, I didn't really do much. So yeah, man, if it's not just pumping outrageously or clearing key levels, then you might have to leave it alone, right? But it is still above. Really, you want it above 415. If it can clear 415, right? Disregard all the everything else. But yeah, you clear 415. Where's that at? 415. Yeah, right here, right where the swing low or swing high is. You clear that, right? You start to take out this, 440, 450 level. You might just be in for, new all-time high. Tesla does do wild stuff. So, I'm not saying it's not expected. But, yeah, Tesla, GOOG. I seen somebody talking about GOOG. The Googster. All right. Do I have anything for GOOG? I don't. Make a fresh chart on here. All right, let's see. Look at the weekly first. Don't look that bad. Can't lie. Don't look that bad, gang. You feel what I'm saying? Right? GOOG might be the one. Yeah, if we can break above, let's see. We got a gap close at 376. If we do break this, right, get a nice little retest, we might just, might be a nice little bull flag breakout. All right, right below the 21 cloud too. So yeah, we definitely can reclaim this. Right, get a nice retest. GOOG might be up next. Let's see. MSFT. Fake out, right? Pop, and failed the retest, and now it's going lower. Letting that thing do its thing. Not looking forward to that one. Meta, not really either. I really think, honestly, maybe just NVIDIA and Google might be my favorite, for this week. But like I said, it's Sunday night, so we'll see how everything opens up. We'll see how Monday does. Take it easy, y'all. Don't panic. Remember, it's as easy as you make it. If you complicate it, it will be complicated. If you make it simple, it'll be simple. You know what I'm saying? So just relax, let it all play out. It has been frustrating, even for myself, of course. But, ain't really nothing we can do about that right now, right? We're holding the cloud. Like I said, we're holding some good key levels. We just really need to get back above 750 quickly, right? Like it has to. No, it doesn't have to be, but it need to come soon, right? Because the longer we stay below these key levels, heavier it gets, right? It might roll back down easier. And remember we talked about how if this is a bull trap and they're just faking everybody thinking we're gonna go higher, we can't go higher, it's gonna probably make a new low, right? So that is very that is a possibility as well. Remember, you gotta have a game plan for both sides, right? Keep it simple, keep your eye first, and I'll see y'all tomorrow's video. Will be a lot better. We'll have a lot more information, stuff like that. So keep it simple. See y'all. Peace.